Hey, this is Caltech from the 405th Forums, and I'm going to be showing you how to use Aqua Resin and showing you a little demo. Most of what I am going to be telling you about can be found at aquaresin.com. Description is Aqua Resin is a non-toxic fume producing resin, so it doesn't put out any toxic fumes like standard polyurethane resin. A little description, a quote from their site is, "It is an easy-to-use, opaque, non-toxic composite fabricating resin. This water-based material can be used in casting and molding and is primarily used with fiberglass reinforcement." So, it's pretty versatile. Acts like most resins that most people use. The resin can be ordered directly through aquaresin.com. Call up their number at 212-226-1208. They usually only ship to areas that don't have local providers or suppliers, and they will usually refer you to another supplier, which there's a list on their website also of local suppliers. Besides resin, they also sell a fiberglass mat called Aqua Veil Surfacing Veil. It's a little quote under Aqua Veil, it's their own brand name. Also, they sell chopped fiberglass strands that can be sprinkled in or mixed with resin. They sell an accelerator, a retarder, a thickener, and a release agent, so they have their own support for their products. For those who want to try Aqua Resin, you can order a trial kit. It comes with a small bag of solid and liquid, a bag of chopped fiberglass, and a yard or so of the Aqua Veil brand fiberglass for $20 directly from them. After the demo, I'm going to be talking about what can be ordered and some more information. Alright, on with the demo. First things first, safety. I usually use prep my surface, just throw some newspaper down or a bag or whatever. It's pretty much, once it gets on your table, it's permanent. So another thing is gloves, latex gloves. Buy them by the box because you're going to need them. Also, with your container, and once the stuff gets in there, it's going to stick to it, so just put some tin foil over it or get some disposable like paper cups, something like that, it doesn't matter. And since this stuff mixes 2-to-1 by volume, I just use measuring cups. This stuff is, I don't use these now, these are just extra cups, so I got like half cup and a quarter cup, just a small batch to show this. So we have our liquid, the Aqua Resin L. Got a little bit left, and I just got my new tub of solid, the S3, and we'll mix these up. See, it comes in a powder, just like flour, almost identical, and it's 2 parts solid for every part liquid. So and this doesn't have to be an exact. They recommend if you wanted a harder but more brittle resin, you just add a little more solid, or if you want it a little flexible, you add more liquid than recommended, above the 2-to-1 ratio. So, got the solid, throw it in there. And we got the liquid, it's a little blue. So you're pretty much going to want to, I just use a stick guy here, one of these little popsicle sticks. You just want to mix it up, stir it around. Kind of a chunky I don't know, like batter almost. Just want to break up all those chunks. It's like oatmeal. Bubbles are fine, those go away. But just stir it up. This is kind of watery. Usually make it thicker. I'd usually make it thicker, but it's a demo. Kind of acts like just like a paper mache. It's a water base, but it's permanent. It doesn't turn back into a liquid. So I got a demo piece made up here. It's part of a chest armor for the Marcus Fix. Just gonna take a brush, get these up at Home Depot for $1. Stir it up, and then you just apply lightly. Not too much. You can waterproof this, your suit, your paper model here, but it's up to your wants. Especially depending if this is watery or not. The waterier it is, the more this tends to warp or bend. I usually just apply it in patches and let it dry accordingly. So I'll do some there, and then I'll do some here, like in the seams first. And the stuff works pretty good. Gets in all the cracks, it's pretty thin. And then it dries in about, 10 to 15 minutes. Maybe it'll, I don't know, I'm not sure actual cure time, but it is pretty quick. And I usually just double coat in a sitting if I can, depending on how many batches or how much time I have. You can just pretty much keep throwing the stuff on as soon as it dries. So you can get this all done in a night pretty much. And I'm indoors in an apartment, so stuff works great. No fumes, doesn't smell. There's no smell at all. It kind of smells like flour, really. You have a pot time, the amount of time it's liquid, about 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, depending on how much liquid you put in it. So just goes on like that, easy peasy. The way I do it, if I'm making my own fiberglass suit, I do a coat on the outside, coat on the inside, and then fiberglass, because you want it nice and firm, because it just looks like that. Put that down. So you got a finished suit here, or torso. A finished torso, or mostly finished. Just needs to be slightly more fiberglass. This is all just aqua resin and fiberglass. Hard as a rock. And that's just with 3 coats and fiberglass. So I'll be doing the fiberglass section in just a minute.